everyone, welcome back to more Super Mario Galaxy, where in last episode, we played through what is essentially the prologue of the game, and we obtained our first Grand Star, and then we returned to the Comet Observatory. I didn't really explain this a whole lot in the last episode, but this is essentially going to be our hub world for the game. Every galaxy and every Power Star we collect, we launch off from this observatory to go to all those galaxies to collect all those Power Stars. And because we obtained our first Grand Star, we powered up this building, or this dome right here, which is called the Terrace. And each dome has its own set of galaxies for us to explore. But the only one available to us right now is the Terrace, so this is where we're going to start our adventures in this game proper.
Welcome, this dome acts as an eye of the observatory. From here we can gaze upon distant galaxies. Once this Luma transforms into a pole star, it will guide you to those faraway galaxies. Simply point your cursor at the pole star and press A.
Pretty self-explanatory. Just aim at this pole star and then press the A button to pull yourself up to it. That's going to become very important in our next galaxy, which we're headed to just after this little bit of dialogue.
These are the galaxies that can be observed from this dome. The numbers represent their distance from the observatory. The bigger the number, the greater the distance. The more Power Stars you find, the farther you'll be able to travel.
So for right now, we only have one Power Star, which means we can only go to one specific galaxy, which is the Good Egg Galaxy. So let's go ahead and travel here.
Yes, it's undeniable. We're detecting Power Star energy patterns in the nearest galaxy, but I must warn you that the evil energy readings are off the charts. Please be careful.
Now let's fly to this galaxy and head out to our first non-Grand Star of the game. With Dino Piranha. Something I probably should have mentioned is that you can actually collect star bits in the opening cutscene. So like when I was flying towards the planet, I was able to pick up the star bits that were on the other side of this planet. Anyway, yes, it's always a good idea to pick up as many star bits as you can. But these guys are a new type of enemy. They're called Octoombas, and they're mechanically essentially the same as Goombas, just with a different aesthetic style, except that they can also fire projectiles at you, which that one didn't do for some reason, but no matter. You can take them out the same way as previously. You can either spin into them like that, or you can just jump on top of their heads, which I failed to do, but I'm going to do now anyway, so I can get a coin to replenish my health. Now then, to progress to the next planet, we want to walk across this bridge to get to the other side of the planet, collect any star bits that you want or see along the way, but also, we're actually going to head to this orange pipe over here on the right-hand side, because if we step inside, we're going to get the chance of getting some bonuses. So what we want to do is, in this room, we want to walk up this ramp to get onto the green wall, then walk up this ramp to get onto the blue wall, because you notice the gravity changes as you walk over these ramps. You can't change gravity, excuse me, if you just walk normally like this, but if you use these bridges or ramps to traverse the walls, then gravity will be adjusted accordingly. Now all you gotta do is just follow the trail of music notes. After you touch the big coin, the music notes will appear. You want to follow this trail of music notes to the very end, and you'll get a special little surprise for completing the song, and that will be a 1-up. Just one, but you know, better than no 1-ups, am I right? So let's go ahead and grab this 1-up. Now, something else I want to point out is these little dots, yellow dots on the wall. If you aim your cursor at these dots and press the B button to fire a star bit, a coin will pop out of where those things were. So we're gonna do that for all three, just to get our hands on some coins. And this isn't gonna be super useful right now, but a little bit later on in this episode, I'm going to show you where that's going to be extremely useful. Anyway, for now, we're just going to head back through the orange pipe to return to the surface, like so. And then once we return to the surface, we're going to head back up to where we were previously, so that we can get off this planet and move on to the next one. So you can just skip past this Goomba, or stomp on him, or spin him away, your choice. And then what you want to do right here is talk to this Luma.
My friends are ahead. Hurry!
And then use this, launch yourself from the spin star to the launch star, and then launch yourself out of the launch star to this next planet with 5 star chips, which you need to collect. As we mentioned in the last episode, when you collect 5 star chips, you will form a launch star. First star chip's right there, second one's going to be hiding right there. Number 3 will be in front of this pathway right here. You want to try to wait to pick up the star chips so that you aren't in the path of the boulder. So for instance, star chip number 4 is going to be right here. We're going to wait until a boulder isn't about to crush me, which would be right there. to pick up the 4th star chip, and then number 5 will be right here. Again, wait for the boulder to pass, pick it up, and once you have all 5, a launch star will appear at the top of the planet for you to use to launch yourself to the next planet. Right over here. Now then, before we move on too much, we can head over here. We can spin these 2 blue enemies away. Each of them will give you a starbit, and if we touch this coin right here, more starbits are going to appear on both the underside and top side of this planet, and they essentially form as a path showing you where you have to go in case you are confused, because there's no visible launch star on this planet, but if we jump on top of this piranha plant's head and then shake the Wii Remote, we can ride this vine up to the top like so. And now we have a choice. First things first, spin these 2 blue enemies aside once again to get some starbits. And now, as I said, we have a choice. We can either go this way or that way, left or right. We're going to go to the right, only because there's a 1-up that's waiting for us along this path, so we're going to jump up and defeat the piranha plant by stomping on him to enter this little series of challenges by stepping on all the flip switches. As with in the last episode, we want to change all of these flip switches from blue to yellow, and then they will all turn green once we step on them all to signify that we have done our job effectively. Now, we want to jump on top, wait for the red platform to be on the bottom right square to jump on it, and then you can grab the 1-up. You can also just jump on it at any point and just ride it around until you get the 1-up. And then you can jump up here and step on all of these. Almost just fell off there. That was almost really bad. And once you stepped on them all, no matter which one you step on last, the launch star will appear right here, and you can use this to launch yourself off to the next planet, which is going to be right over here. It probably takes longer to go that way than it goes to go the other way. Also, you want to shake your Wii Remote right here near the cloud of smoke to cause this enemy to stop hiding from us, which is... Come on, buddy. You want it to stop hiding? No? There we go. Alright, so once you get him out of the ground, you can run into him for a bunch of starbits. Very easy to miss that guy. But as just demonstrated, if you can finally get him out of the ground by shaking the Wii Remote, as I did, it will be well worth your while because of all the starbits you'll get as a result. Because it's always nice to have more starbits. Anyway, now what we want to do is walk our way up this series of stone platforms, taking out any Octoomas along the way. You can either jump on top of their heads for a coin, or you can spin into them for starbits. It's entirely up to you. But something I should probably mention now is that something cool you can do. I guess I can't show it off now. Are there any enemies left on this planet that I can show this off on? No, but there is a 1-up hiding around the back of this building. I guess I can do it on the Luma. So, you can, something else I didn't mention is that if you jump in the air and then press the Z button, you can ground pound, but there's an even better way to do it. So if I wanted to home in on an enemy with a ground pound, I could backflip on top of the Luma, then shake the Wii Remote and press the Z button at the same time. And you'll notice that the game auto-locked me onto the Luma without me having to aim at all. If I just do a regular ground pound, it didn't do that, but because I shook and then did the Z button, it homes on the Luma, and I can use it as a little bit of a bounce pad. So that's going to be very useful later in the game when it comes to dealing with certain enemies. Anyway, when you're ready to move on, you can shake this crystal, or spin against this crystal to reveal the launch star, and launch ourselves to the final planet of this level, which is going to be right over here. Be sure to pick up any of the starbits that are floating around Mario as you fly. Now we have our first boss battle, and I recommend you actually, before doing anything with the boss itself, you want to go around the planet and spin all of the crystals with starbits in them. Not the ones with coins. Leave the coins for now, but you do want to get all the starbits that you don't have to worry about them during the boss battle. Then when you're ready to start fighting, spin his tail right here to start the boss battle. Now quickly pick up the starbits that launch out of him as a result, run around him, and then attack his tail again by spinning into it. Then do the same thing again, pick up all the starbits, walk around behind him, spin his tail. Then do it one more time, walk around, spin, and he's done. Pretty easy first boss battle, but, you know, it's the first boss battle of the game, what can you expect? Anyway, the reason I wanted you to leave these coins, leave them around until the boss battle actually started, because in case we ever got hit by Dino Piranha, which was the boss battle we just fought, we could break open the crystals and grab a coin to replenish our health. But we didn't end up needing that, but they were there in case we needed them. Now then, to finish the level, just grab your power star. You got a star, Dino Piranha, Good Egg Galaxy, 2 power stars. High score updated to 11 coins. You've increased your starbit count to 161. Save your game? No, because we still have some more work to do in this episode.
Those starbits are starbits. To Lumas, they are the tastiest, most delectable treats imaginable. Aim your Wii Remote at the screen and point your cursor at them to pick them up. Once you have some, shoot them by aiming with the cursor and pressing the B button.
I already explained all this.
Why don't we try it out? Aim at me and feed me some starbits.
Alright, sure thing. Just move your cursor over these starbits to pick them all up, then aim at this little Luma right here, and fire them all into him until he is satisfied.
Tasty. Let's call those little morsels my feed for this lesson. You can also shoot them at enemies or feed them to a hungry Luma. Either way, I'm sure starbits will be a big help on your adventure.
Yes, they will. In fact, they will be incredibly helpful in the very next mission. So let's go ahead and grab the pull star to pull ourselves back into this menu. Then return to Good Egg Galaxy. You see, we still have 2 more power stars to collect before we are considered to be done with this galaxy. So let's go ahead and fly back. And go after the second available power star, a snack of cosmic proportions. Okay, so the reason why the Luma was telling us all about starbits and hungry Lumas is because we are going to be encountering a hungry Luma in this very mission. So you want to walk through all these little grass fields to get as many starbits as you can, because we need 100 starbits in order to feed the hungry Luma coming up ahead. You also want to spin into these Octumbas, not stomp on them, so that you can get starbits instead of coins. In fact, you want to do that with every enemy that we're going to come across in this level. So any starbits you see, you want to pick them all up. Again, spin into the Goomba, don't stomp on them, because otherwise you will get a coin, and we don't want coins, we want starbits. Furthermore, if we head up to the top right here, you'll see that there isn't a launch star anymore. This is how we got off this planet last time, but there isn't a launch star here anymore. But there is a bunch of starbits for us to collect, so we want to make sure we pick those up. We can also head into this orange pipe right here, just as we did last time, for another bonus. And it's the same ordeal as we did last time. Simply walk up the ramp, or I guess walk up the 2 ramps to get to the center, and then enter the big coin, and then we have the possibility to get a reward. And I'm gonna let you guys listen to the music this time. Good old classic Mario music. Figured I already went through that once, so I figured I may as well let you guys enjoy the music this time. Anyway, I don't really need the 1-ups, not because I don't think I'm gonna die, I'm sure I will, but because I break in between episodes, so I don't actually, I don't record these back to back to back, and your lives get reset every time you back out of the game and reload it, so it's kind of, doesn't really benefit me all that much to have too many extra lives, but still.
Oh, get this! You can shoot these starbits with B. Zap, zap, zapow! Just aim at your cursor with the target and fire with the B button. Run into your enemies while they're stunned to finish them off.
Yeah, so basically, I'll try it out on this Octumba. Spinning into an Octumba accomplishes the same effect as shooting with a starbit, except that it requires more steps. So, for instance, if I were to spin into the Octumba, it would instantly take them out. But because shooting with a starbit stuns them, and then I can run into them as I would a Goomba. So, like, as like an Octumba can be instantly taken out by spinning into them, whereas a Goomba, you need to spin into them once to stun them, and then run into them after that point to finish them off. Anyway, you'll see that we're almost at 100 starbits, and we haven't even left the first planet of the level. We only need 6 more, and then we'll be all good to go. So, pretty easy, but when you're ready to leave this planet, in fact, I might actually stay here until we get 100, because there's going to be some starbits that fall from the sky. So once we get 100 starbits, I will leave this planet. But once you are ready to head off to the next planet, actually, are they not going to fall anymore? Here they come. Alright, there's 100 starbits. I want to make sure we don't fire any unnecessarily. You want to walk along this bridge right here when you're ready to leave and talk to this blue Luma right here.
I've got a hungry friend up ahead. You don't mind sharing your snacks, do you?
Then simply grab the 3rd pull star, hold A for a little bit, then let go to allow yourself to drift into the launch star and propel yourself to the next planet. Now, we don't need to worry about starbits, technically speaking, for the rest of the mission. because we already have everything we need, so all we gotta do is just break into this crystal with the by spinning, and then launch ourselves to the next planet. Now what you want to do is actually use this launcher right here to spin ourselves directly to the other planet right up ahead, where the Hungry Luma is waiting. If we didn't already have 100 starbits, I would recommend you not use the launch star in the middle of your flight path, because there were going to be some extra starbits on that planet. But we already have all 100 starbits because we took the time to get the extra ones earlier. So now we can just head to this Hungry Luma and feed him now.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Got any tasty starbits? If you feed me a bunch of starbits, I'll burst with snacky happiness and then transform! I'm famished. I need 100 starbits to curb the hunger pains. As you see, we have 104, so just gonna hold the B button while aiming at him. Make sure you don't miss. And as soon as you feed him all 100 starbits, something special is gonna happen. That's it! I'm stuffed! Here we go! Transform! A new planet was born. So because we fed the Hungry Luma 100 starbits, he has given us a brand new planet. And in this mission, it was required to do that. Like, we literally couldn't progress any further if we didn't feed that Hungry Luma. But there will be instances in the future in which we have to feed a Hungry Luma a certain amount of starbits in order to create a secret planet to give us a secret power star. So be sure to keep that in mind. Anyway, what I just did there is I knocked this thing backwards, let the Goomba approach me, so that it would be in the pathway of this thing, so that I would take it out. So, but alternatively, you can just knock it directly into the Goomba. I didn't do that there, I just did the same thing again where I let it go out and then come back so that I would hit it in the middle of the path. But you can hit it directly. Kind of like that. Anyway, once you're done messing around with Goombas and those little things, we can actually just climb to the top by accomplishing a simple series of platforming. Something you can do, I didn't show it off yet, but we can jump off a wall like this, and then you can spin to get a little bit of extra height. Something else you can do, of course, as I showed off in the first episode, is triple jump, so we can do a little bit of this to... Alright, okay, I failed there, but I can slide somersault at least to get ourselves up here, and then jump up once more to get into the launch star, and launch ourselves onto this giant planet right here. Now, the thing with this planet is that we can see the launch star right now. It's right there. It's taunting us. But we can't get it because we cannot penetrate the glass, so we need to find some way to get in. And the way that we're going to do that is by heading down in this direction until we find a crystal right over this hole right here. So let's shatter the crystal, fall in, and now we are abiding to the laws of gravity inside this planet. So what we want to do is we want to backflip backflip and spin up to get into this gravity, because you notice the gravity of the gravity is different here because now we're being pulled toward the ceiling instead of being pulled toward the floor. And the direction of gravity is indicated by the arrows on the wall, as you can probably tell. And what I'm doing now is I just wall jump my way up here so that I could defeat this Octoomba. So I just, I jumped onto one wall right here, and then press the A button to launch myself off that wall like this, and then again to get myself up to, well, back into this section. But we're going to backflip and spin to fall ourselves back up in here. And now we can go into the blue section to turn the gravity around once more, and then follow the path around this way until we encounter this section right here. What we need to do here is backflip into the section so that gravity pulls us up toward the ceiling, and then we can just jump into the launch star and spin our way out of this and onto the final planet of the mission. Now, I don't typically like to resort to exploits, but this one's so easy that I don't even want to waste time with it. You're supposed to collect all 5 star chips to create a pull star, but you don't need to. You can literally just long jump out to the power star, which I failed to do miserably there. So let's try that again. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Long jump out and power star. You got a star, a snack of cosmic proportions, good egg galaxy, 3 power stars. High score updated to 5 coins. You increase your starbit count to 183. You've also discovered a new galaxy. Well done, brave explorer. You've discovered a new galaxy. Collecting power stars will expand our range of vision, perhaps to eventually include the enemy base.
Save your game? No, because we still have 1 more power star to collect in this episode before we can consider our work here done. In the Good Egg Galaxy. We could explore the new galaxy now, but I want to keep these episodes restricted to 1 galaxy at a time. So let's head to the Good Egg Galaxy. And collect our final power star, King Calientes' Battle Fleet. Welcome to the galaxy. So once again, we've spawned on the same starting planet as always, but instead of going to the underside, instead what we want to do is we can actually stay up here. Just do a simple triple jump, like so, and then spin to get on top of this house. Oh, I failed miserably. Alright, let's try that again. Let's turn ourselves around, triple jump away on top of this house, spin up to the top, and then jump into the launch star to propel ourselves over to the next planet. If you're having trouble with that triple jump, you can just go into the orange pipe on the other side of the planet, but that triple jump isn't too hard to pull off. Anyway, look at this, a toad trapped in a crystal. Let's go ahead and free said toad and see what they have to say.
Wow, you saved me! Thanks, Mario! In return, let me tell you a secret about this place! Whoa! Apparently the spiky things just hate coconuts! Shake the Wii Remote to spin and smack them with coconuts! Whoa!
Yeah, so the spiky things that they were referring to are these giant, well, spiky things right here. And the toad's correct. The only way to take them out is by finding one of the coconuts on the ground, and then just spin the coconut into the spike, like so. And that will create a sling star, which we can use to launch ourselves to this planet. And then once again, we're going to have a spiky thing to deal with, but it's not going to be the spikes, it's going to be an actual enemy. However, you take them out the same way as always. All you got to do is just take a coconut nearby, spin the coconut into them, and then once the head is off, you can jump on top of them, and that will create a launch star to get ourselves to the next planet. Now then, this planet has a lot of chain chomps on it, but we're actually going to not spin, we're not going to spin immediately. We're going to let ourselves fall out of the sling star, then launch them around to the other side of the planet, and jump through this pipe right here, because inside is waiting for us a special little power-up. So let's go ahead and tap this question mark to get an invincibility star. You transformed into Rainbow Mario. You are invincible, which means that we can now just run into all the Goombas that are inside this little planet right here. Let's go ahead and run into all of them, and then we can collect all the star bits and coins that we get as rewards for doing so. And if you want to, you can even jump out of the jump back to the green pipe, and if you're fast enough, I might not be fast enough, but if you're fast enough, you can run into the chain chomps while you're still invincible and get a lot of star bits, okay? I got one chain chomp, not both of them, but I did get one of them for some extra star bits. Something important to note is that you don't actually need to get a certain star bit amount, unlike in the last mission, so that's good to know. Now then, all we gotta do here is just, oh, I appear to have been stuck in the ground temporarily. By the way, if you stand in the middle of these little rock circles, the rocks will turn into star bits, so that's good to know. Now then, let's head around to the other side and jump on top of all these blocks in order to get to the top. So we'll go ahead and backflip on top of this one, and then jump up here, break this crystal by spinning into it, and launch ourselves away from this planet and onto the battle fleet up ahead. Make sure to grab the star bits that are going to be right outside. And look at that, we got a 1-up. You may have noticed by now, but for every 50 star bits we get, we will get a 1-up. Alright, this is very important. So these things are going to launch coconuts at you. You want to spin each coconut that they throw at you into them. So when they spit a coconut at you, you can spin it back at them, and it will automatically home into where it came from and take them out. That'll be very important very, very soon. But for now, all we want to do is just jump up to the top of this deck, spin to release the launch star, and then spin our way to the planet directly above us.
Be careful, there's a big danger up ahead. If things get really bad, shoot a starbit at one of those lights in the ground. Then a coin will pop out. Grab it to replenish some of your life.
Yeah, so remember in the first mission, or the first level of the video where I said that was going to be important later? Well, that time is now. Because as soon as we get to the other side of this planet, it's time for our next boss fight. This one's a little bit tougher than Dino Piranha. Still not too bad, but definitely a little bit tougher. So what you want to do is first dodge the flames, then when he spits a coconut at you, you want to spit it at him. I failed that miserably, so let's do it again. You know, he's going, when he launches the coconut, just spin it back at him, and that will do damage. You got to do that 3 times to win. But you also want to make sure you dodge the flames, so just duck below here whenever that happens to dodge the flames, and then get back up when he spits the coconut, so spin it back at him. After your first hit, it'll start to actually reflect the coconut back at you, but it's still not that big of a deal because he spins it back towards you most of the time, so it's not that big of a deal. Spin it once, then spin it twice, spin it a 3rd time, and that is the boss taken out. Super easy. Now you may notice that there are some little blue enemies that were kind of closing in on me as I was spinning the coconut back at him. So one extra tip I have is just to stay as close to the edge as possible without going into the lava, because the closer you are to him, first off, the easier you'll be able to just knock the coconut back at him, but also the further the little blue things will have to travel to get to you, so there's less of a chance you'll be hit by them. And even if you are hit by them, as always, you can just fire a starbit at the ground to get yourself a coin. And that's pretty much it. That's all that this boss fight has to offer. A little bit more challenging than the first one because you do still have to worry. You do have to worry about the fireballs and the little blue things, but still not too bad. And overall, pretty easy power star. You got a star, King Calientes Battle Fleet, Good Egg Galaxy, 4 power stars. High score updated to 1 coin. You increase your starbit count to 273. Save your game? Yes, because that is going to do it for this episode. We've collected all the power stars which we can for now in the Good Egg Galaxy, and next episode we'll head on to the next galaxy. So thanks for watching. See you for next time to catch you all tomorrow for some more Super Mario Galaxy. Goodbye!